J.J. Hardy joining the ball club, even though he's not going to be playing for a bit, probably for another week. But he's working out. He's fine. And so is Roger McDowell. Roger!
Gary, how are you today?
I'm well, Philip. New pitching coach for the Orioles. Great to have you with us, number one. You get an early look here with the camp opening up as it did. What do you see so far from your side of the game, Roger?
Well, obviously, it's a number of guys that I have to get to know what they like to do, whether it's through bullpens or just through the daily activities, going through PFPs, getting an understanding of what they're all about, and vice versa. Them starting to understand me and start to form a relationship and build trust.
Chris Davis goes up the middle against the shift, base hit.
Hey, Roger, you've been a big league pitching coach for quite a while now, and you obviously had a great career and been surrounded by some incredible pitchers, obviously, and pitching coaches. Any of those guys rubbed off on you and helped you maybe build the philosophy you use today?
Well, the one that comes to mind first and foremost is Dave Wallace, who was here for the last few years. He was the one who initially got me into the coaching profession and was very instrumental in a lot of the things that I believe in from a philosophical standpoint come from Dave Wallace. The transitioning and talking to players and how to go about forming a relationship, and I think that's very important that the players understand that you have their interest first and foremost. And over the course of it's coming this way, but it's all right. It's back in the stands.
Good play.
But first and foremost, knowing that what you bring to the table is something that they want to know that you are there for them, and I think it's an individual standpoint. From that standpoint, it's individuality. Obviously, the pitching coaches I had as a player were huge. Starting with Mel Stottlemyre and all the way to Dauber here when I was here in '96 as a player, and so you take a little bit from each one and try to learn from each one what has worked. Obviously, as I said with Wally, I mean he has been a very successful man throughout whatever position he has held, and it's someone that you try and follow in the footsteps and be a good student of.
What is the one thing you would want the players to know first about you as their pitching coach?
Well, the good thing is nowadays with the YouTube and the Twitter and the social media, not to believe all the things that happen on the field when I played. What I do, I take very seriously, and I did that as a player, and I think I hopefully convey that as a coach, that what I do is very serious. I take this game very seriously. I respect the game, and I expect our pitchers to respect the game as well, and be as professional as can be, and do things the right way. And grind through the season, get to know your players, get to know me as a coach, and hopefully we form a great relationship and have a very successful season.
Now you have there's a new bullpen coach as well, Alan Mills, and you and Alan were teammates back in '96 with the O's.
Yeah, we were teammates. For that year in '96, we went to the playoffs. I was out, I think, in August. I had shoulder problems. I didn't pitch the rest of the year, but Alan was a young pitcher that came up. I think he'd been in a couple organizations. Maybe it was just the Yankees, but he had some up and down time, and he fit in very, very well. The one thing that you remember about Alan is, how competitive he was between the lines, and that's one of the things that hopefully it rubs off on everybody. Is that when we get between the lines, it's all business, and we can have our fun when the time permits. But we're going to go out and we're going to take care of what we can control, and hopefully it'll be successful.
Young Soo Kim goes down to first base. Joseph with a great backhand. There's one. Crawford the relay. Woo, not in time. Outstanding play at first base and by the shortstop to get the out at second. Kim on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, really nice play here. Take a look at Joseph, the young first baseman, coming off, creating the lane as he steps up. Still a little wide, but how about the relaxation out there by the shortstop? Just like a walk in the park, no panic at all. Good throw. Real close play at first base. Toughest turn in all of baseball when you have to give that feed to the pitcher.
Yeah.
Coming off the mound over to first base. Pretty close play there.
Roger, a final question. Obviously, since you pitched, the game has changed pitching-wise, I think, and I'll ask you this, from what starters are expected to do and what they do and the role of the bullpens. Can you just talk about how you view that in today's game?
Well, obviously the specialization, especially out of the bullpen. You're talking years ago it was you had multiple inning guys. You saw that a little bit in the playoffs last year, especially, and into the World Series, having your back end guys go multiple innings, where that used to be somewhat of a norm. It's kind of become a specialization from the standpoint of having one inning guys, and it's obviously changed the game, and to stay up with it and understand those changes and go forward.
Roger, we wish you all the best. Great to have you with us here at the Orioles, and thanks for joining us, and have a great season.
All right, thanks, Gary. Thanks, Bordy.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you.
Roger McDowell, who joins the Orioles here as the